Here we go, event 8 of the team series. We've made it to the last one. We're basically doing Jackie. Partner 1 does a 1,000-meter row, 50 thrusters of the bar, 30 chest to bar pull-ups. Ashley started first. I'm not going to show you her whole row, but Ashley did a great job of pacing. This workout reminds me a lot of the baseline test, where we don't want to go 100% out on that rower because then we're going to be pretty gassed. I think this workout really comes down to the bar. Now, I'm not going to show you Ashley's whole set, but I would say Ashley was rowing at 80% of her capacity. We did some row tests the night before of how fast she could row certain distances, so we know kind of the pacing that she needed to do so she wasn't blown off. I'd say you want to get off this rower 10 seconds and you're into your thrusters. A couple ways you can look at this thruster is you really want to minimize the amount of rest time. So Ashley, we planned her out that she never puts the bar down her entire set. She rests on her shoulders. One time she lowers the bar and holds it at a high deadlift position. But the fewer times you can rest, right, the better off you're going to be. These thrusters remind me of the 40s air squats you do when you get off the rower for the baseline. Now, we're going to talk about me for a second. As partner 2, okay, I'm standing around for a long time. I'm standing around while she rows thrusters and eventually does her pull-ups. So I'm trying to keep well, right now I'm getting a child out of the way. But I'm trying to stay loose. I'm trying to get my legs going because I'm going to fire on this rower pretty hard in thrusters. So the second teammate, during the time that they're working, you want to stay loose. Now, the other thing you want to do, I think, is crucial is you want to really be hammering your partner and encouraging them and yelling them. I'm circling Ashley like a prey here, and I'm just getting on her about how many she's got left to go. Don't quit. This movement is easy to quit on yourself. It's very difficult to go on, and Ashley does a fantastic job of 50 thrusters, never putting the bar down. She rested when she needed to, but she's minimizing the damage with this move. The one thing that I did feel that we didn't think was going to be as challenging is how hard these jumping pull-ups are after that many thrusters. Your arms are pretty tanked. You're sucking wind pretty good. And now you're having to go to work. I think this whole workout really spans on knowing your strengths and weaknesses. How hard can I row, and how good am I able to move on to the next movement after I row? Okay, after a bunch of thrusters, how good am I going to be going on the pull-ups? So Ashley breaking these up into sets of 5, I think, throughout her pull-up set. There's Allison and Kate doing whatever they do. But anyway, Allison, I think, is trying to do sets of 5. It's 30. So if you set your goal small, like I'm going to do 10 and rest or 5 and rest, okay, you can kind of chip away from this. Again, we're fast forwarding to me, right? Ashley eventually is going to come over high 5, and I'm going to take over. So this workout is partner A does the whole list, while partner B is trying to stay loose, ready to go. And when we get to me, we'll break it down a little bit more. My theory today was I was going to row about 80% of my capacity. I think I only show you a little bit of my rowing, but clearly not going all out because I'm really thinking about what's ahead. I know myself, and when I go as hard as I can on the rower, it takes me a good minute to feel ready to do something. Again, relating it to the baseline, just did the baseline a week or two ago, and I feel like I've really found my groove lately on the rower with being able to get off and go to the next thing. So my suggestion is 75-80% of your maximum 1,000-meter row is pretty difficult. So if you take, everybody should know their 500-meter row time by now. If you take that, okay, double it, and then maybe add 45 seconds, that's kind of the pace you want to row at. Maybe a minute extra that would take you. And that's kind of what you want to stay with. Try not to go out too hard, and try not to end too hard, because when you get off this thing, you want to minimize your rest so that you can start your thrusters. And I think the game plan getting off the rower was going to be to get off, rest for 10 seconds, and then attack the thrusters. I'm not sure. I think I may have taken too long a time. Could I have rowed harder? Sure. But I think that would have affected my thrusters. Now, going into my set of thrusters, my game plan is I want to get this done in 2 sets. But I didn't really account for how amped up I was going to be. And I think it took me 2 sets. I did 25 straight thrusters, and I put the bar down. We discussed that as a team. Is it worth it to put the bar down or not? So here I go. Okay, I got off the rower. Ashley's throwing me the old sweat towel. I'm so out of it right now, I don't even use it. But anyway, I'm trying to catch my breath. I wanted this to be a 10-second break. Actually take a little bit longer, because right now I'm thinking I can do this in 2 sets. Okay, you want to let it go. Okay, you don't want to hesitate with this. Okay, the bar is light, you're sucking wind, but let yourself just let it go. Okay, use the legs, right? Punch, punch. Try to be as quick with these as you can. Don't be hesitant. If you're hesitant, right, you're going to start doubting yourself, and you're going to start to think you need a break. I go for a set of 25 here. I put it down. I take a little 5 to 10 second walk, and then I finish it with another set of 25. I did pause at about, I want to say, rep 38, just to catch my breath. I think I paused it at the shoulder. But again, I think if you can minimize the amount of times that you put this bar on the ground, it's going to save your time. So there's 25. I go for a little lap. Eventually I turn around and I finish. Now, again, this was much harder than I thought. I was going to go right to it. My goal was to do a set of 10, and my arms were pretty worn out, and I'm sucking pretty wind here, so I wish I would have taken like a 10-second break and then went to work. So I went for a quick 5. So we've done a lot of these lately. We've had to do this as a scale option for pretty long, so you should know yourself by now. Do you need a little bit extra rest? Your legs are tired, your arms are tired, you're sucking wind. Really, this is the last one, so we're letting it go. When we get to the thrusters, just go for it, okay? And then this is just 30. Just chip away at it. Luckily, I got Allison and Ashley there they're yelling at me, trying to get me moving. Okay, this is going to be hard if it's just you and your partner, so hopefully you're in a crowd. But to sum it up, okay, I'd say 75-80% of your capacity on the rower. The rower is just minimize the damage. Get to the barbell, break it up, smaller sets, whatever you got to do. Try not to put it down. End of the workout, high five, every video. And then when you get to those pull-ups, just let it loose. If you don't look like I look like on the floor right now when this one's over, then you didn't do it right. This is just empty the tank, safe movements, things we can do. Just let yourself go. Man, car accident, laying on that floor, and everybody else just going about their day. Team Series in the bag.